Evening and welcome to the Redefining Beauty Wednesday conversations. My name is Kamo Magabane, and tonight I'm sitting down with a good friend of mine that I've known for 17 years, who is a sex and intimacy coach. We're going to be talking about everything from what she does, her work. We're going to be talking about her friendship ideals. We're just going to be talking about a lot of things. I can't wait to have this conversation and to see how we can learn from the work that she does and the kind of friend that she is and the kind her ideals when it comes to friendships. I'm just going to be waiting for her and everyone else to join. Unfortunately, Instagram does not allow us to play music now, as it cuts off the live session. So I'm just going to be waiting. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, ladies. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us. It is Wednesday. My name is Kamo Magabane. My guest tonight, her name is Nontokozo Ngema. She is a sex and intimacy coach. That's what she does. But I've known her way before she was a sex and intimacy coach. We'll hear that story in a few minutes as I'm waiting for her to join us. And we're just going to talk about, what it takes to be a friend, what it takes to have longevity in friendship. We're going to have that discussion because I think she's someone that exudes great energy, and that's why she attracts the kind of friends that she has. And she's here, so we're gonna be doing this. She's already here. Let me see if I can quickly add her on. Hi Ntokozo, I see that you're online. Send me a request because I'm not able to add you directly, so you must be able to send me. I can't see your name under the invitations list. Oh, fantastic. I think good evening, good evening. Thank you for joining. This is the Redefining Beauty Wednesday conversations. My name is Kamo Magabane. I'm glad that you've joined us. And my guest is going to be showing her face in a short while before I see all the other things that she's showing us.
We are here again.
Yes.
PPT.
Wena, don't reveal your age, Kaloku.
It's showing, Moz.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hello, Kim, how are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm well. I'm alive. Yeah, I'm
Hey,
alive.
that's a big thing. Don't make light of saying things like I'm alive. I mean, with the pandemic and with everything happening, being alive is a great blessing.
Honestly, it like I don't take it for granted. Like, yeah, I don't take it for granted.
And you
I
shouldn't.
I, I really mean it, but I'm alive. Like, really, I'm alive.
Let me just quickly fix this thing. I hope my sound is fine. Good evening, everybody. My guest is here. Her name is Nontokozo Ngema. She's born and bred in Soweto. She now is called a sex and intimacy coach, but she is a great friend of mine. We've been friends for 17 years. She is a weirdo of sort because she goes around um, buying gifts for strangers. So she's got this thing going where when she's noticed a need in someone, or she's seen someone who's needing TLC, I guess, or she's
Yeah.
seen a gap where someone is needing to be shown love. She does it. She buys gifts for people that she does not know or people that she's met on social media. Tell people that have joined us. Why do you buy gifts for people you don't know?
Um, It's a feel good thing for me and for them, I guess, because one, you might not really have a person that can buy you gifts. Maybe you've never been bought gifts before. And maybe your friends maybe are there, but they're not buying you gifts because they don't understand what you are going through. So I'm just there to fill in that gap. Ya gore, I'm a stranger, okay, good Samaritan. You don't have to repay me. You don't have to even know where I live. I don't have to know where you live. I can even just courier the gift to you just to make you feel good, because life is about feeling good. So if I change a person's life for that day, I've changed the world. I've changed their world, so therefore I've changed the world, you know? So it's about making people feel good, because it's nice to feel good and it's nice to make people feel good.
I like that. I like that. But like, when did you become this person? Talk to me about when did you decide that way now you're going to you be this person that is just showing love to strangers, and you know it's because it's beyond just feel good, friend. There is something that
Mm-hmm.
happens to you when you do it, and
Mm.
it's sending a message to the recipient of the gift. So when did you start with this thing? Because now I've only recently known about it because of the time you bought the pamper box.
Yeah. I didn't, I decided, but I noticed it was after I got out of depression. I hope I'm out of
Okay.
depression. You have, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 'cause I can relapse, I don't know. But I was in depression for quite a long time. I was diagnosed for depression and anxiety.
Okay.
Took meds, went to therapist, nanani. And afterwards, that's when I realized, Guti, you know, people are lonely, people are sick, people need a helping hand, people need love, people just need
Mm.
that I love you, I'm there for you. People just need a person, that touch, that I'm an ear to listen to, I'm a shoulder to cry on. Here's it to say, if I wipe your tears, you know, like life is not so gloomy. Because sometimes you go through things alone because you don't want to burden your family, you don't want to burden your friends, and you're always the happy, chappy, strong friend or person that they know of. And now you're alone, depressed and sick and don't know what to do. You don't know how to reach out to people who have seen you as a pillar or a strength, or have never seen you sick, never seen you being in need, you know?
Okay.
So now I'm a stranger. I don't have to judge you. I don't know your past. I don't know your present. All I know, ke gore, gona yaanong, you need a person who will be there for you, who will just say, gore, you are loved, you are beautiful, you are cared for, your voice is heard, you know, you are
Mm.
appreciated, your breathing is appreciated, you being alive is appreciated. So that's why I do it as well.
I love that, man. I truly and honestly love it. It's an initiative that I think someone was saying. I saw a comment, I'm loving the initiative. I think it's something that we can teach other people, you know. I love what you're saying because when you are going through something, you feel like you're a burden to your friends and your family. You don't want to let them in on
Mm,
that, right?
mm,
But it's been known and it's been seen that people are more open to strangers. So when you know and you realize the loneliness that people find themselves in when they're depressed, and so therefore that is why that show of love. I
yeah.
know. No, you are. It's ministry to me. You are doing the
Yeah, no,
Lord. You are doing the Lord's work. Okay, great.
listen.
Let's get into this conversation. You know, man, you are a follower of the movement. So there's this one standard question that I always ask. Hit me with it. What is your definition of beauty?
It's confidence. Always has been, always will be confidence. Self-confidence is the way. For me, is when, because that's when it dawns on you, Hore. No manning mohle. No
Mm,
man, as I'm a great person. No, but guys, you're wonderful. You
mm,
know, and for us to see that, you need to bring that forth. You need to bring that out to us. Be it in text, be it in pictures, be it in J when you're walking around. So when you have self-confidence, for me, Dana, I know.
you are
It's
winning. You are winning in this life.
umuhle. Yeah, umuhle.
Love
Yeah,
it, love it. I agree. I mean, I'm a champion and a, what do you call it? A big speaker of self-confidence and confidence.
yeah.
So yeah. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining this conversation. You are plugged into the Redefining Beauty essay page. We are a movement for women, but we are not anti-men. We meet here on Wednesdays to have these wonderful conversations with women because I believe that every woman has a story to tell and we can definitely learn a couple of things from each other. So that's why I do these conversations with just about any kind of woman, every woman. I enjoy listening to women. I enjoy talking to women. and that is what we do every Wednesday, right? So Nontokozo Ngema is an intimacy and sex coach. To me, tell the people, what is that? What is intimacy? What is a sex and intimacy coach? And how did you become that?
Yeah, paper. No, I'm joking. It's um, I've always spoken about sex. As far as I can remember, is when I was in standard 5, grade 7, and I was telling married women about sex, their sex lives, and how to spice up their sex lives and how to be better women in bed. I was in grade 7, guys, standard 5, and I've always spoken about sex. But then and then so then I figured with sex before marriage is wrong. I can't talk about this. I can't express myself about this. I can't be telling people, no, you don't do it like this. You do it like that. And I'm young, not married. I was silenced. I felt silenced,
Okay.
And then I went to a life coaching training.
Okay.
And we were encouraged to choose a field or something that we will specialize in.
Okay.
At first, it was self-love, but because it's safe, and I mean, I'm still,
Yeah.
Second, I'm like, no, man, this thing does not resonate with me. Yes, I know self-love, but I'm on this side because I'm always talking about sex, and not in an explicit pornographic way. No, in a let's heal, let's help you, let's assist you, let us talk about it openly, let us get to know it, let us be comfortable around it,
Okay.
let us know what it is about, and let us not shy away from it. That's what I'm about. So that's how I became a sex and intimacy coach.
Okay, so it's more around conversations, it's more around the teaching, it's more around the myths, it's more around making people comfortable talking about sex, and not necessarily wena o ruta batho Kama Sutra, ne?
Well, I can if they want to, but no. Normally that is for it's for workshops, but my sessions mostly are for if you are having trouble opening up sexually, sexual liberations. I have clients who were raped before. I have clients who are married and they have kids and have never had orgasms. I have clients who want to introduce sex toys in the bed. I have clients who are single and don't know how to find out what do I like sexually. I'm a sexual being as well. So how do I break out of this shell that I'm in?
Okay.
So yeah.
It's more educational than it is the other things, because when you hear sex and intimacy coach, you're already thinking, is this person going to be making us watch porn? Are they going to be teaching us styles and all of that? Can't you know it's broader and it's much more deeper, ne?
Yes, because I also assist families as well to create a platform for their kids to talk about sex, because you get kids who find out about sex outside and then they can't pay care, they can't pay care, I made a person pregnant, I'm pregnant, and now what, and then you get shouted at and now you don't know why you're being shouted at, because they talk to you about this thing. You never knew what must I do, what am I not supposed to do. You had questions about it, but then a platform was never created between you and your parents to talk about it. And even your parents, the platform for them with their parents was never created, so they don't know how to create that for you. And they've got sexual wounds, because we do have sexual wounds when we've been raped, when we were exposed to pornographic material at an early age. It creates sexual wounds that hinder us when it comes to sex, in our sexual lives and the way we perceive things as well. So as a parent, you've got your own sexual obstacles, yes, and therefore that prevents you from talking to your kids and opening up to your kids about sex. And it becomes a generational cycle. So I assist with that as well.
Yeah, I'd be very much more interested in that part, because it's still taboo. It's still it's an uncomfortable conversation. Sex talk is something that is still very sensitive in Black communities. So how do you navigate? So tell me more about who your client is. Who's your client? Who are you? Who is more needing your services?
From my view, I think that the black parents mostly need it, and our age group are the 80s, 70s. My 70s and 80s, they also need it because we've been groomed not to talk about sex, especially if you come from a religious family, have a religious background. We've been groomed not to talk about sex. Sex is a hush-hush thing. Therefore, we don't know what to do. When we get married, we are married, we don't know what to do. So most of my clients are my same age group. Most of my clients are also females. Okay. Males, they are still apprehensive. They don't want to talk about it that much openly to another woman as well. So because obviously shy and nani, their issues. Like I had a couple the other day. The person who was talking Akulu was the female instead of the male. And we're like, but guy, we want to hear your view as well. He's like, no, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. So, but yeah, most of my clients are females in their 30s and 40s.
Okay. I'm curious to know, why is it that men don't like talking about sex and are not as liberated? I'd be very curious to know. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. I see Molefo, I see you are on the line. Maybe you can pop in the comments and let me know, why do you guys not open up, especially to people like Nontokozo when you are in session with her, but it's the woman that is talking. But I'm also curious to find out from you, Nontokozo, is it not that we are getting more liberated as women, so therefore our we are developing a voice? Billy, these topics, you must be shy, you must not talk about it, you must always pretend like you're a virgin, so maybe that's the liberation we should be celebrating. Women are talking about it, women are open to having these conversations. No,
it's great. I'm actually happy for most of my clients are females, black females especially, because we were not taught to verbalize and to talk about it. I don't like it like this. This is what I like. I don't like it when you do this. This is what I actually like, and this is how I actually am. I'm a freak, so this is what I am. And with men, I get the sense of they don't want to be told because they feel what they know when they don't know. Because they've been given that bravado, confidence. You're the man, you know these things, and told they don't know. And that's why you get most women who complain, I don't even get an orgasm. Because the guy in Hashem does not know how to give you an orgasm, and he's not willing to know, how do I give you an orgasm? Because they don't want to, because they've been taught, if I ask this person, how do I give you an orgasm, then it's going to make me feel less of a man, I don't know sex. But now you were not born. Now you were born a virgin, just like me as a woman.
Right.
We both need to know each other. So I think that's the thing that I get from them. I'm not going to ask because Nyaz.
Yeah. So who has been your youngest? Tell me about your age profiling. Who's your youngest youngest client? Have you seen?
My youngest client she's 13.
Okay.
She's a 13 beautiful girl. And she's black. She's got questions about sexuality. She does not know whether she's a lesbian or she's straight, and she doesn't understand why Kamelanga Jole at her age, and why is sex bad, and her questions. And I'm thinking, at 13, I was playing with mud and whatever else, and you are here talking about such things, and what hurt me though was that her mother is our age group. She's an 80s girl, or an 80s woman rather, sorry. It's me, why don't you go to your mother? And she says, no, the other time she saw me with a boy, a Koneni. Fine, I got into the car and she shouted at me, got into the house. And you never spoke about it ever. We never spoke about it. It was just I don't want to see you with boys anymore. So I'm scared to talk to her about these things, because these are the things that I'm experiencing outside. These are the things I'm experiencing at school. At school, I have a girlfriend. At Kaya, I have a boyfriend. So I don't know. And Ngapa at school. So it's Ngapa also self-love as well, self-love issues. Yeah, but she's quite fascinating. Yeah. So my youngest is 13.
And the oldest client you've seen?
Yeah, she was 67.
Okay. Talk to me. Yeah.
I met her, I bumped into her in a sex shop, and in a sex toy shop. And so we're talking like, and so obviously I'm like, no, I'm a sex coach. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to come to you with my husband, because as you can see, I am here and this man doesn't want to use these things. you know. And yes, they did book a session with me. And that Zulu man, Shem, he's an old Zulu man. He's on some cha. No, cha. He was very shy. He didn't want to approach me, didn't want to talk to me, but he came because he was dragged by the wife.
That's what I also wanted to push towards, to talk about. Don't you get resistance because of the cultural element to such topics?
Yeah, I do, because firstly I look young, and
Okay, that's an
secondly
issue.
I'm not married. Secondly, I'm not married, right? Thirdly, I'm black. So now if I get a couple, they'll be like, Nana, what are you gonna tell me? You know, foot, you're not even supposed to be knowing these things because one, you're a child, two, you're not married, three, you're not supposed to be having these things. But because I'm black and I understand your respect and I understand the culture, I come to you with that thing, which I respect you and I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but at the same time, I want to assist you because this is what I do. So we'll go as far as your comfort zone.
Okay.
You know, if you feel good, you don't want to talk to me about sex positions, you don't want to talk to me about your sexual history, it's okay, it's fine. But the way that we've been trained, we normally go deeper with the conversations. I normally ease people up to open up at the end of the day. Yeah, but firstly, well, resistance is there.
Yeah. Help me, tell me if I'm wrong in my assumptions that most of the coaching is not necessarily about the toys, the act, and all of that, but it's more around what people believe, sex histories. It's more about what we've termed sex to be, some of the things that we know or don't know, some of the wrongs that, am I wrong in that assumption?
No, you're right, because we perceive sex as we have been taught. We perceive sex from our previous or historical experiences. You know, so if, for example, I was molested, I'm gonna have a different perspective about sex from a person who was not.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm gonna be more apprehensive. I'm gonna be more on a defensive mode than a person who was not. So for me, sex is gonna be a different thing. Whereas that is not even how I'm supposed to see sex. That is not how I want to see sex. For example, let's say you're a freak, right? You like about BDSM, you like being tied up, you like being all these things.
Kinky things.
Yes, but because you were taught to all those things as satanism or as satanistic or they're devilish, you don't engage in them. So for you, sex is just on some, like you were saying, I'm shy, I'm a virgin, nani, I don't explore. Mara, deep down inside, Nontokozo wants to explore. So we talk about those things. Who are you before the world told you who you are? Oh my goodness, can you see me? You can't see me.
I cannot see you, but I can hear you.
I'm trying to get a talk. Sorry.
Okay, I'll just be busy for now whilst you get sorted with the light.
There you go.
Oh, wonderful. You see resourceful people. Thank you for that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope it doesn't go on my side as well. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining this conversation. This is the Redefining Beauty Ways, the conversation, and my guest is Nontokozo Ngema. And we're busy talking about what she does. She's a sex and intimacy coach, and I find that very interesting. You know, even especially in the church circles, when we go for marriage counseling and all of that, there's not that much focus that's placed on sex itself. You know, all that you're told is that in the bedroom there's no walls. You know, that's all. That's literally all that we're told. Marriage counseling does not go deeper than that in terms of healing as well. You know, sexual wounds or sexual perceptions or preparing brides. I think your work is quite important. You need to be approaching more people, friend. You need to be pitching your services to parents. There's a great need for that, especially also in schools, and marriage counseling. I think you need to team up with marriage counselors. Like, I know Mama Claudine, team up with those people so that you can have a session in the broader session that they have, your marriage counseling, just to talk just to talk about this thing, because I think it's very important, and we need to demystify. Gone is the age where
Right.
everything will just be hush hush. It will be like, no, ngakhulumi ngalento lena. Yeah, even on social media, just advice from me, Fred, because a lot of people just know you as the coach of Tough Tough. All the guys are like, oh, sometimes you're talking to the coach of Tough Tough. But like, we need to change that a bit, because there's a lot more to this thing
Right.
than the act of sex.
Right.
Yeah.
It's way deeper than that, especially because like you mentioned in marriage counseling, they just say and you're like thinking, I've been taught all along now how do I just give
How
just
do
like
you
that?
switch? One. Yeah, we are
Just like that, overnight.
We are raised to believe, we were raised to preserve ourselves.
All your life, you get married at 25. So for all your life, you were like, nah, hey, me. And then overnight, you're supposed to switch. How?
Yeah.
So yes, I do that. I had an event with married couples, young married couples, and that was one of the questions as well. This lady was like, I struggled for the first 3 months of my marriage. It's like I'm still struggling. She's been married for a year now. She's like, I'm still struggling a bit as well, because all my life I've been taught I preserve myself.
Yeah.
I don't even talk about this topic because it's not in my jurisdiction. I'm still young. I'm not married, And then all of a sudden I'm supposed to switch just like that.
Right.
What do I do now? So it's quite an interesting thing when you talk about it.
Yeah, let's move on. I love that. I think we've covered enough about what you do. Let's move on to energy consciousness. I mean, I'm a fan of creating a platform. I'm a fan of, just like in the movement, we are about creating a queen code. We are about creating a platform for women to engage, to learn from each other. And most of the time, people are not even aware of the energy they exhibit or the energy that they possess, And for those that are listening, energy would be your beliefs, your conscious beliefs. It would be your mindset. And you and I have spoken about this before, to say sometimes, most of the time, we cannot relate to what other women talk about. And they talk about backstabbing. They talk about these horrible stories that they have experienced in friendships with other females. And now we can't relate to that. So let's talk a little bit about that, because you have great friends. You've had great friends over time. So let's talk about energy. And I know that it's something that you also know of, being conscious of the energy that you have. Talk to me about your beliefs.
Yeah, like you mentioned, energy is basically spiritual, So whatever the spiritual thing that you believe in, so whatever that you give, you get, right? It's reciprocated. Whatever you give out there, it will be reciprocated to you. So if you're constantly thinking or believing, I'm a bad person, that's what people will see, and they will always
attracted.
How Valea? No, repel. Yes.
Oh, repel.
They will always repel you, because when you always think, yeah, I'm a bad person, and people don't want to be around bad people. But the minute you think, I'm a lovely person, I'm lovable, people love me, people love being in my space, people love being around me, people enjoy me, because that's what you are believing, that's what you are sending forth, and that's what you also unconsciously act out on, then people will be attracted to you. So whatever it is that you believe about yourself and about your surroundings and about life in general is what will happen, is what you will attract, is what you will see more of. There's a saying that says, what you focus on grows. So if you are focusing on bad things, that's what you will see. I'm an accident every day. I'm accident every day. Every day, accident. That is what you will see, because that's what your mind is full of. That's what you have filled your mind with. So that is the energy that you are sending forth, and therefore that is created in the real life. So if you are always on some, hey, me, I attract beautiful people. Everywhere I go, I am helped, I am assisted. I attract people who love me. I attract beautiful people. I attract abantu abanginikeza imali. That is what you will see, because that is what you are bringing forth. That is what you are creating with with your mind, with your actions, and with your words. So wherever you go, that's the energy that you are bringing forth, and that will come to pass. That will manifest.
Sure, you're saying something powerful, whatever. When you say what we focus on expands or grows, I'm thinking about it in terms of what you are saying now, because like you'll find these people that are always talking about being backstabbed, and they're always having these examples and talking about, oh, this one did this to me, and that's what they are focusing on. That's why they see more of it. And right now, I just had a thought about it. Even with the scourge that we face right now in the country, friend, is it not that it is expanding and we are seeing more and more of it because we are giving so much attention to it? Gender-based violence. I mean, you've just said what we are focusing on grows and expands.
Yeah. So with me, especially with the gender-based violence, because then I was like, oh no, I can't go out. But I'm like, no, I don't want to dwell on this thing. I don't want to expand this thing in my aura, in my life, in my energy, in my space. So I will not focus on women being beaten. Yes, I acknowledge that women are being beaten. Yes, I sympathize with them. Yes, I support them fully, and I believe them. However, I don't want for every 2 seconds, it's a woman that is being beaten up. It's a woman that is being dead and being stabbed and killed. I'm not about that. I'm not about that. I don't want to attract that energy. I attract life. I am life. I want to attract life. I want to attract people that I can bring life to, and people that bring life to me as well, So when I see it, okay, so now I will not say, yo, it's bad in South Africa. No, South Africa is great. No, for me, South Africa is great because I see the good side of South Africa. I attract the good side of South Africa.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it just hit me now, Guti. We need to change a bit. We need to refocus our attention, because even now, gender-based violence aside, just talking about friendships, talking about female friendships, talking about relating with other females, we talk more and we push more the bad stories, and we push aside the good stories. We forget to celebrate the men, the good men. We forget to shine the spotlight on the good men. We speak more about how basadi bangwapana, but we forget to talk about Nontokozo who are buying gifts for strangers. We need to be talking more and more about the positive stories that we know of and we are experiencing, so that can be the thing that expands.
Exactly. That notion of women don't support each other, women don't love each other. That's the notion that everybody speaks about, and so therefore, when you want to feel relevant, you want to fit in. Yeah, we don't love each other, and because you don't want to be the only one standing up and saying, not now with my friends, because they'll be like, yeah, but then you don't know them yet. And like, but we've been friends for decades.
Right.
And we've never backstabbed each other. So I don't know what you're talking about. I've never experienced this thing that you guys are talking about. So even when, like, I even do it on Twitter, even when I'm the only one in the thread who's saying, I'm not that woman, not my friends, because I know who they are. If your friends are not like that, change yourself first, because clearly you're attracting wrong friends because of who you are, of what you are doing as well. If you say your friends gossip about you behind your back, or they're always gossiping about whatever, check yourself first, so that you can attract better, so that you can do better, because then if you stay in a toxic relationship or a toxic friendship, there's something that it's feeding. There is something that is feeding in you. That is why you can't leave it, So check yourself first.
Right? Yeah, we need to check ourselves. We need to check our beliefs, and we need to check what we are constantly talking about, because our words bring these things. Our thoughts bring these things. The more we repeat these things, the more the cycle continues. Because we need to be talking more about it, friend. I cannot stress this enough. We need to be talking about us, because it is not our reality. I personally, as Kamo Magabane, I do not have that reality. I have great friends. I'm surrounded by women that are amazing. And that is my reality. And I will not be adding to the, basadi, they don't get along. There's this bad
just to
vibe.
fit in, Jay.
You know what I'm saying? So we need to change that. Tell me about why is it important for you to surround yourself with good, strong female relationships?
Well, firstly, I love women who embody and embrace their femininity.
Mm.
I don't understand the whole competition with men, right? So it's very important for us to embrace each other as women, not as Bokabadia, Bogoto. No, we are
Mm.
women. We are fully fleshed women,
Mm.
we bleed, we are soft, we are lovable, we love. Yes, we are strong in
Mm.
our strengths, but as Bokabadia, So it's very
Mm.
important for a woman, every woman, to be surrounded by women who embody and embrace and appreciate their femininity.
Right?
Because then Ganjalo there is strength. Because women are very powerful, women are very creative. Women are the ones who create. Women are the ones who are creative and who make things happen. So for me to be around women, it helps me to be creative, and me being creative, it helps me to be the healer that I need to be the helper that I need to be in the world. And now I'm helping other people as well to know their strengths in order for them to be the best that they can be at their homes and individually as well. And also it makes you feel, it makes you seem normal. It makes you feel normal. I don't have to do kabadia. I don't have to kabadia everything. I do need to ask for help. I do need to accept help. I do need to be loved. I do need to be appreciated. I deserve all these things. It
Mm.
makes you be you
Mm.
fully.
Yeah.
So for me, the important, I used to be a tomboy growing up, so I
Mm.
understand both worlds. Ukuthi, hey, daughter, hey, being a tomboy, yo,
Mm.
uyafukuza like proper, like yo, uyafukuza proper, because hey, men bayafukuza, because that's who they are, men bayafukuza. And
Mm-hmm,
to know we're
mm-hmm.
supposed to be taken care of. And now I appreciate having women around me and talking women things and being understood. Hore. No, man, it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like that. And you learn so many things about yourself and about the womanhood that you are stepping into on a daily basis.
Right. I agree, friend. Totally agree. Not myself, I don't know any other reality but being around females,
Mm,
I mean you can have conversations with men to understand their psyche, to understand the world broadly, but there's this power that I don't know what it's like not to have female friends. So it's a it's a vacuum for me. So when other people talk about I don't want females, I don't get along with female, I'm like so baffled. Or njani sisi, this njani, how do you get there? Because a woman understands women. No one understands
right.
women than women. Men
Better
will
than a
never,
woman.
there's no man that will teach you what it's like to be a woman. There's no man that will understand you to that level of intimacy and vulnerability, right?
Right, right. But I saw a quote this earlier today. It says, "Hore, only women understand women, and that's why they hate each other." And I was like, no, yes, only women understand women, and that's why we appreciate and love each other, because we understand our struggles. We don't hate each other. You guys are spreading the narrative, Hore, we
Yeah.
hate each other. That's why women are on some because they're gonna take my man, they're gonna backstab me, because that's the narrative that has been spread around, just so that Tina, we can't be united, so that just to break the unity, because when we are united, things
Mm.
happen.
Right? I believe it.
Mm,
Although people, we let's be realistic. We live Molefating, but we mustn't make it this blanket thing. Yauri, women harbor bitterness. Women are
mm,
intrinsically
mm,
evil. I mean, all people are
mm.
evil, men and women.
I
There
got
will,
gender.
yeah, there will be women that are evil. There will be women that are out there, because they are bitter or they are taking it out or whatever. There will be that thing, but it can't be that it's experiences like those or that sector of people that makes you change your whole life philosophy, and that makes you
Mm,
change your belief and now buy into this lie that women cannot get along, when there's amazing women out there who are loving, who are kind, who are friendly, who are giving, who are just accommodating, who are sensitive.
right?
So we are the ones that are closing ourselves out. We will not be naive and say, oh, all women are
Yes,
wonderful.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm. But
Yeah.
happy, the more, like you say, we need to talk about it more about the unity and the love that we have, that we've had all these years. It's real. This thing, we're not just talking about it or just creating it or wishing it to happen. It's we've been doing it, so that people can see and like this thing can be done. Also, it is possible to have female friends being true to you, and you are true to them. It is possible for you to have genuine female friends who are very supportive, because now people are not seeing these pictures. People are not seeing united women. People are not seeing women who are fighting and supporting each other. People are not seeing all these pictures, and they're just bombarded with this narrative that we are against each other. In a room full of other women, all the girls but snacks and find something wrong with them. And we are not like that. And people are not seeing those things. So I think you are right. We need to come more to the front and show them, this is love between women. This is support between women. We've been doing it. I think it's not a trend.
Yeah. I see there's a couple of comments. I just want to read the comments. We are almost out of time, and I just have one last question for you. Nosy Babe, hello Chomi. Nosy is saying it's so important to change the narrative about women getting along. It's such a lie. We need to speak about it more. We can't just take one bad experience and make it a lifelong thing. Like that's now your life. Yeah, we can't take bad experiences and make them principles. We need to keep them as that. They're just bad experiences. Yeah. Sorry.
And it happened at that time.
They happened at that time. They're not cast in stone. There are some things that can be changed. Yeah, I think we are out of time. I'm not seeing any other comments or questions. I'm just seeing a lot of love being shown. Thank you for joining us, guys. Bongi, where? Hi, Bongi. She says, and yet when a male friend does you wrong, you stick to the male friend. And what's up with that? We need Bongi, why do you think that is? Pop me a comment. Why are we more forgiving towards the men? What is it? What's in us? We need to demystify this thing. We need to break it down to a point of criticizing why. Why are we more prone to forgiving men, but we are not able to forgive women? And
we see this thing when your partner cheats on you. You don't go to your partner, you go to the other woman. Why?
Yeah, why? What we need to tackle it. When it comes to the romantic relationships, it's easier to pick your romantic partner than to pick a friend. That is yeah, it's easy Nyana, to make the outsider the enemy. But when it comes to friends, like what Bongi was saying, what Bongi is saying, why is that? We can easily forgive men who do wrong, like straight up wrong. But a girl that slipped up, gossiped once, said something out of turn, we don't even give them a chance. We write them off. Finish.
Totally.
But we'll give a guy grace 9 times.
Because he's a genuine friend.
Right? Yeah. Bongi saying it's really about the narrative we are taught even before we have friends. We buy into it. We have the antidote. I think we are grown enough. We have enough life experience, like what Nozi was saying. We have enough experience to now know how we change these narratives. I mean, this platform, this movement is specifically about that. We are about a queen code. We are about a platform that shows that we can get along. We can be objective. We can call each other out. We can back each other. We can create a culture of loving each other, right? Yeah, anyway, I don't see any more comments. Thank you for joining, everybody. Let's conclude this wonderful conversation on what is your as a Nontokozo, as a sex and intimacy coach, what is your one message for women?
Stop competing with men. Stop competing with men. Start loving yourself and appreciating yourself as a woman, fully as a woman. Be empowered, but in your empowerment, it's not about competing with a man. It's about you empowering yourself to be a better woman each and every single day, to empower other women as well. Stop competing with men. We are not in the competition of men. We are on our own league. We are on our own level. We are on our own lane. So love yourself fully and accept yourself fully as a woman. You are beautiful. You are lovable. You are easy to love. This thing I thought we are not easy to love, guys. No, we are easy to love. We are lovable. We are helpers, and we are just awesome.
Yes, Queen. Yes. Bon, we are ending it on that note. My Valor Longkonzo. I love that. You know, the message is very simple. Stop competing with men. And that's like the crux and the objective of this movement. I mean, we are women. We are about self-love. We are about a queen code. We are about discovering who we are. We are about celebrating our strengths. We are about embracing who we are. We are not in competition with men, and in fact, we complement men. There's elements of in ours and in our nature that are helpful to men. We are not men. We're not trying to be men. We're not trying to compete with them.
Yes.
We are just here queening. Yeah,
always.
no. Thank you, my
Always.
friend. This was a wonderful conversation. Thank you for your time. And to everyone that joined us, thank you for the time. This is Redefining Beauty Movement. I'm having these conversations every Wednesday at 7 p.m. My name is Kamo Magabane, and Bongiwe is saying, you are easy to love. I am easy to love. We are easy to love because we are lovable. Good night to everybody. Good night and God
bless. Thank you for having me, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.